Hi everybody, more Revit training here, and we're going to create a pipe fitting flange. This is an advanced exercise, so take notes and watch this video over for practice. So the first thing we want to do is go into a plumbing fixture template. We started out with new families type and brings up this dialog box. So let's go into our plumbing fixture template. We'll select this one and we'll open this up. Now once that opens, as you'll see, we're in our family template on our reference level. There we are. Now, we need to take care of some things here. So let's go here and let's change this to 1 inch equal 1 foot. Okay, now, second thing we need to do here is go into the family category and parameters here, this dialog box here. We'll select that. And then in the family create parameters dialog box, let's set the filter list of piping. Let's just remove architecture and structure, and we'll select the piping and say OK. So then we want to select pipe fittings, and we'll say OK. And then after that, we want to go here and we want to make sure that work plane base is clear. We want to set this always vertical. That's good. And the part type, let's make this a transition. And then make sure this is cleared, shared option. So we have that done, and let's say OK. Next thing we want to do is we want to change our unit. So that's simply by keying in UN, or you can go into your Manage tab, but it's best to use the UN, it's quicker. And then we'll select here, and we want to set this to fractional inches, and we want to set to the nearest 1/16 of an inch. We'll click OK. And now we'll click OK again. So now we need to save this family. We want to get out of our template. We'll go File, Save As, Family. You can place these wherever you want. I'm placing mine on my desktop, and I have a file called exercise, training exercise. And here you want to name this, you can name whatever you like. I name this pipe fitting flange. What happened there? Oh, just name it pipe fitting flange. I want to say this again. Sorry, made a mistake. So I'll save as family. We'll say OK. I like to do the options, and I like to change mine to 1. I probably should have changed that to there, but that's okay, and then I'll save it. Now, the first thing we want to do here, we want to go into our Create Properties tab, which is here. We'll select that. Let's just bring this over. And we want to create a new parameter dialog, which is here. And we'll select that. And for this first parameter, We want to call this non-RAD, non-rad for nominal radius. And this family will be under the discipline of piping. The type of parameter will be pipe size. And it'll be grouped under dimensions. And this will be a type parameter, and we'll say OK. Now the next, we're going to create a lot of multiple families here, so let's get started. We've got at least 12 to do. So let's go into our new parameter again. We'll call this one non-rad for nominal radius. Non-dia, I'm sorry. And this was going to be an instance parameter. It'll be under discipline of piping. Type of parameter will be pipe size. It's grouped under dimensions, and it's an instance parameter. We'll say OK. We'll do another one here, and this will be FLG RAD. So it'll be our flange radius. Call it RAD. Flange. I'm sorry. Call it FLG RAD, or our flange radius. This will be piping again. Type of parameter will be piping, pipe size. It's grouped under dimensions, and this is also an instance parameter. We'll say OK. We'll do another one here. This one will be our flange diameter, so we'll call this FLG DIA. It'll be under the piping discipline as well. It'll be a pipe size type parameter. And we've done addition, group under dimensions, and it'll also be instance parameter, and click OK. Now let's go. We've got our she have those two. Now we want a new one here. This was going to be our pipe OD. This is going to be also instance. Discipline is piping. Type of parameter is pipe size. And will be an instance parameter, and we'll say OK. Create another one. This will be our pipe. OR. And same thing again. It's piping. Type of parameter is pipe size. I've done the dimensions, and it'll be an instance parameter as well. So OK. So now we want to go and create another one. A few more we got. This will be our RFD under piping, type of parameter, pipe size, instance parameter, click OK. And there it sits. We want to create another one here. This will be RFR. Discipline is piping again. Pipe size. Instance parameter, grouped under addition, say OK. We're going to go with another one here. This will be our RFT. New parameter. RFT. Piping, again under discipline, group under type of parameter is pipe size, and it's going to be instance parameter as well. Let's say okay. So when it's run through these, now we go here and add another one. I know these are a lot of parameters, but you have to do them. Shift FT. Good practice exercise here. Learn a lot from this. Piping, type of parameter, pipe size. This is also instance parameter. This is going to be controlled by something else. That's why it's got to be an instance. Okay. Let's create another one here. Let's go with our LTH. Discipline is piping. Instance parameter. Pipe size. Nope. Type of parameter is pipe size. Had to be very careful right in this area. I did this many times over, and I make little mistakes here, but you gotta make sure they're right. So that's the LTH. Say OK. We got one more here. I think we need to make two more. So let's go new parameter. Let's call this HT. Discipline is piping. Type of parameter is pipe size. Instance parameter. Click OK. Now I need to go back and check one of these because I think I didn't change that. But a good way to do this is look at the defaults. If this instance, it's got a default here. So I'm going to go back under the LTH. It's good. HT. This is okay. So we got those. So now we want to do one more, and this will be hub rad. HUBRAD. Same thing here. Piping. Type of parameter is pipe size. And we want to make this instance parameter under dimensions and say OK. Now we have all of our parameters in place that we want to use for this pipe fitting. Now I think it should be 13 of these. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we should have 13. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Got 14. Why do we have 14? Should be 13. We got one too many here, I think. Shouldn't be that important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So let's just double check these. I have FT. I have num diameter. That's good. Have FLG rad. Yep. Flag D. That's right. Pipe OR. That's there. Pipe outside radius. That's good. RFD. That's good. RFR. That's good. RFT. The FT. The LTH. The HT. And the HUB. Okay, I'm missing one actually. So let's go with the new one here. Let's call this HUBRAD. This is a piping under pipe size, under dimensions, instance parameter, say okay. Okay, I didn't forget that one. That's a good way to check. I must have missed it. But I don't see it there. Oh, there it is. My bad, folks. So now we have those all in. Let's say now what we want to do now is we want to add family types box values. So for the FT, let's make this 3/4 of an inch. For the FLDIA, let's make this 9 inches. For the LTH, let's make this 5 inches. The non-rad, let's make this 2. Pipe OD, make this 4.5 inches. RFD, let's make this 7. And RFT 1/16. Now let's go look at these formulas. Let's make some formulas for these. So for the FLG DIA, all we do here is just go FLG DIA divided by 2. For the HT, oh, we got something wrong here. Okay, you see what happened? That should be diameter. That should be radius. So this should actually go here. So let's delete that out because it's divided by 2. So this one should go here. So let's go FLG DIA divided by 2. And then on the HT, let's go LTH minus parentheses FT plus RFT. Okay, now hub rad, which is this one, for hub rad we want to do the pipe OR times two. Now pipe OR, which is this one, should be pipe OD divided by 2. Then we go to RFD, flange, FLG, diameter, DIA, minus 2. And then an RFR, the RFR here should be RFD divided by 2. Now see what happened here. I see we got a few in here we didn't really need. Well, I think this is good for now. So basically this is what we should have. We should have for this one is okay. LHT is +2. Hub red is pipe OR. No, hub red should be pipe OR. I think I got a mistake here. Pipe OR times 1.5 inches. Non-rad, I skipped that one out. We should have one in here. Non-rad is non-diameter. No, non-diameter. This one here. Times 2. Okay, now these are defaults. So non-rad is clear, and that should be 2. Pipe OD is 4. Okay, so I think we got them all here. I hope so anyway. And we'll click OK. Now let's save our family since we did all these parameters and formulas here. We don't want to lose that, so let's just do a save here. Okay, now we want to start placing some reference planes. So let's select some reference planes 2 inches apart. So let's create, and then on reference planes, I like to use the pick line tool, and these should be 2 inches off apart. So let's go 2 inches, and let's just go pick a line. We want one on this side, one here, and one here. So there's our reference planes. So now we need to name these guys. So let's cancel this out or modify, take this one, and we'll name this weld. We'll name this one here. This will be flange thickness. And for this one on the outside, that's going to be, wait a minute, let's see, hang on. This is our center, yep. So this one outside, double click him, and we'll call this one gasket. We'll click apply and okay. So we have a reference plane's name. So now what we want to do is we want to go and dimension the reference planes. So let's go and do annotate dimension. It should be 6. Okay, what's going on here? There we go. There's our 6 inches. This one should be 2 and another 2. Now what we can do right here is we created all of our parameters, so we can just create parameters real simply. Hit modify here. I'm going to select this dimension and we'll go to name labels, and we want to call this first one LTH, and we want to do the next one here. This one will be our FT, and this one right here, this is going to be our RFT. So that's our left, our front, and then our RFT. So basically that's what happened there. That's why we make those parameters early on, and the geometry is actually controlling them. So now we want to add some horizontal reference planes in here. Let's pull these down just to get them in the view. Now let's create some reference planes, some horizontal reference planes and dimensions and labels on either side of our front and back reference plane. Okay, so we want to go here. Let's create reference plane. Let's go up here and just go one here. And let's place one here. I don't have to really worry about the location right now. Let's just create one here and create a reference plane right here. So now we have our reference plane created. So now let's go and add some parameters here that we already created. So let's go and do align dimension, and we'll go from here to here to here, and we'll do an overall, and then we'll create equality by selecting the those are equal, and we'll do the same on this side. Select and make that equality. Okay, now we have all of our reference planes set up. So now we can simply add parameters to these. So let's grab this one, and let's call this one, this is going to be our FLGDIA, our flange diameter. So here's our flange diameter, and that's 9 because of the formulas I created this. And we'll go with this one here, and let's go at our pipe OD for this parameter. So we'll find our pipe OD here, and there you go. So I think we have all of our parameters in place. Everything's set up. So now let's test this out. So let's go on our properties panel and click family types. Now we want to click here in our family types dialog box, and we want to click new type. So for this type, this will be the 4-inch. We'll say OK. Now this is set up for the existing values that we've already placed in here. That's why we did that. Now we want to click a new type here. And in this dialog box, we're going to name this 6 inches. And we'll say OK. Now for this one, we need to change these values. So for the FT, we'll make this 15/16. But flange DIA is going to become 11 inches now. LTH will be 3.5 inches. NOMRAD is going to be 3 inches. Pipe OD, we're going to make this 6 5/8 of an inch. We'll say, now let's move this over, and we should get some action here since we changed these values. So I'm going to click apply, and there, so everything seems to be flexing okay with no errors, which is good. Okay, now And these are values that we should have. Uh, Now let's go back into our type dialog box and see if it flexes back. It takes it back to original 4. Click apply, and there everything seems to be in good shape. And these are the values that we should have. Okay. Now let's click OK here, and let's save our family. Now we want to continue working in our reference level, floor plans level view. Now let's open our visibility graphics box. Create. So we want to go into manage, or we can just basically, I don't use that a lot. So we can go VV. And so the model categories, let's go into our object styles. And right here, we want to select that box there we just selected, object styles. And here we want to change the line weights to 5. Just do the pull down and hit 5, or you can key it in. Click apply. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Cancel that. I'm sorry. Let's see. I want to be back. I want to go back here a little bit here. I want to cancel this out. Okay, now let's go into our let's go VV. Let's go into view here, I think. Nope, create. So it's not letting me select it this way. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to key in VV. And then go visibility graphics here. Let's cancel this out. So let's go on to our should be allow us to go up in this angle, this view. But I'm gonna click in VV, and then I'm gonna click object styles, and right here I want to change this to 5. Let's cancel this out. I want to make sure we're doing this correctly. Let's cancel that back. I think what I want to do first of all is okay, manage visibility graphics, model categories. Okay. So we'll just do it. We can do this a number of ways. Let's just select model line here. And then I want to go into visibility. This is where I want to do this. Nope, not yet. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. So I'm gonna just go VV. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, if all else fails, let's go cancel here. Let's go VV and object styles. And then right here, I want to select all. And I want to change this to line weight 5. And let's say OK. And we'll do OK again. Now we want to create some model lines here. So let's go create model line. So we're going to place 3 lines here. So we'll add this line for here. Now let's turn on the line thickness so we can see this. So there you go. Now these 2 lines, let's make sure we select the left line. And we'll bring it down to this reference plane and just select it when we make that intersection point. I'm going to cancel that out. And I want to select another line from here to here. Let's zoom in and make sure we're hitting that point. That one. Okay. Now let's cancel this out and hit the modify command. There's our model lines in place. Now let's go back into our family types dialog box, and we're in 4 inches, so let's go back to 6, apply. Okay, it's flexing, so let's go back to our 4, apply. So that's working good. Now, say okay here. Now let's select these 3 lines. Now while the lines are selected, let's go into our visibility settings. Now, we want to clear everything. We want all of this set, but we want to clear the fine line here. So let's leave that one unselected, and let's click OK. Now let's go into our view control bar and look at visibility on, which is here. Let's turn this on. Now let's set this to fine. It should disappear. Good. So that's working all good. Okay, now let's go into our left elevation. Now our left elevation view, let's select the model lines that we created, and let's temporarily hide them. So they're temporarily hidden away. So now let's go into our Create tab and click Extrusion, Create. Click on Extrusion. And then from there we want to set a reference plane. And in our drop down list reference plane, let's go and click on Gasket. And let's say OK. Now from this point, we want to draw a circle intersection of the reference plane center front back. So let's go into our circle. And And this will be our center front back right here. And let's just make a shape here. And let's take it about right there. And then let's make this a permanent dimension. And let's give this a parameter. And now this parameter is going to be our RF. And there's our dimension and our new parameter. So let's change this to scale again so we can see what's going on. Now let's click modify. And now here on the extrusion in row, which is here, click this builder box for an associate family parameter, and let's call this RFT. Just select RFT, and we'll say OK. And then we'll click finish. Now we'll click another extrusion. And let's go set another work plane. And then here we'll do the pull down, and this one will be our center, left, right. And let's say OK. And let's draw a reference plane, a circle, on this intersection of these reference planes, and just make it a little larger. Now let's make this temporary dimension permanent. Now let's label this guy. Let's call this FLGRAD. There it is. Now here in the properties, the associate family parameter button here. And let's select FT. We'll say OK. And then we'll click finish here, the green check mark. So now we want to open our 3D view and have a look what we got here. And let's change this to thin lines. So the two circle extensions and the model line show the display. Now let's put this on shaded view. So there we have it. Now let's save this since we got this far here. Now let's go into our left elevation again. Okay, now we want to create, in the Create tab forms, let's select Blend. So let's draw a circle at this intersection here. Let's place it right about here, I think. It doesn't matter. And then we want to make this a permanent dimension. And we want to give this guy a parameter. I'm going to label this one hub rad. Okay. And we're going to go back into our create tab. And we want to edit the top here. And then we want to draw another circle in here, just a bit smaller. Select this dimension. And we want to give this a label. And we'll call this pipe ORD. Pipe OR. Now, in the properties for this pipe, okay, so here where it says second end, we want to make this -4 for this pipe. I want to click apply, and they want to finish this. Okay, so now we want to open our elevations front view. Yep. Okay, 1 second. Sorry again. What's going on there? Okay, there. I don't know what happened with that. So now we're in our front view. So we got this reference plane, our weld, and what we want to do is we want to align and lock the small end of this blend to the weld. So let's just go here and let's go align. Select this guy and lock it. So now we should have our flange pretty much ready to go. So now what I want to do is I want to look in our 3D views, and let's do some flexing here. See if we're on the right track. So there's our flange. So what we want to do now is, since we're over here, ensure that everything is working to show and flex these. So let's go into our properties. So this is our 4. Let's see what our 6 looks like. Apply. Okay, so we're in good shape now. So now we want to stay in our 3 view here. Let's just okay this. And so now what we want to do is create connectors. So let's go into our create tab. And we want to go down to click on pipe connector. So there's our pipe connector. So I want to, let's hang on a minute. I want to go back to that 4 first. The 4-inch one. I like that one better. Apply. It's okay. So now let's shift this around. here, and let's go into our create tab, and we'll create a pipe connector. And then we want to just go here to the end of the pipe. Let's go pipe connector placement. So we need to tab to this. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 second here. These are very important. So go to our pipe connector. And here it's prompting us and to place on a face. So we want to place on a face. So we'll go and we'll just make sure we get to this face. We can tab to this and then click it right there. So in the options bar here, now once we have that in here, let's just go here and select this. And we want to make sure this is selected, hydronic supply. And in the properties connector dimensions here, we'll round connector diameter here. Let's go in this box and let's say use radius. Oh, sorry. Uh-oh. Here we want to use radius for this. So once we place that, we want to set the round connector dimension to use radius. That's going to pick up the radius of the pipe once we get it in. And that arrow should be pointing this direction. Now let's spin this guy around. Now let's go connector, create tab, pipe connector. And let's select on face, that one right there. And now we have our connectors in place. So let's select both of these connectors now. Now in the properties dialog box here, we want to associate this with our nominal radius. And we'll click OK. And there we have our connectors, and they are resized because they're going to pick up the radiuses on the pipe. So let's save this family. Now what we want to do is we want to start a new project. Okay, and let's go with a piping project. Let me browse and see if I can find specific piping. Oh, come on now, where you at? Well, let's go with plumbing. Open. You say okay. Now we're in our new project. let's just window tile these for now. Okay. Let's select this family here. And we want to load this into our project. Now as you see, it's loaded in. And it's loaded in that way because the way the settings we placed. Let's make this fine. And there it is. You can see the different settings that we placed in there. Let's go coarse, and you just have the lines that we placed in. So now let's test this guy out and see how this works. I want to make this fine. Let's make it medium. Of course, it's going to go away, I think. Nope. So let's go into our 3D view. Now let's place some pipe in here. Now what should happen is system pipe. Nope, I just want to create one pipe. So there's our connector. It should allow me to draw a pipe here. This is a 4-inch. That might work, I think. Let's make this fine. And there's our pipe. And let's go to the other side. Select it. There's our connector. Draw pipe. Let's make this pipe. Let's make this a 2-inch diameter. Now you see what's going on here. So we got to go back into our family and make some adjustments here. Let's close our hidden views. This one's okay. That one's okay. Now we need to link our connectors. So let's go in our reference level. Let's turn this off. We don't need this anymore. Select. Hit link connectors. We'll select this one and this one. So now they're linked together. Okay, so that's how you do this. So let's load this into our project again. I'm sorry. Let's just delete this out here. Systems for the pipe fitting. There's our pipe fitting, there's our connectors show up, and we just right click and draw a pipe. So that's how you do a pipe flange, folks. I hope you can follow this video. This is a really advanced Revit uh, exercise, so this takes a lot of practice. I don't know how many times I had to do this to get it to work. Still not working properly for some reason. I don't know, but if you can figure it out or let me know how it works, please email me. But in the meantime, I'm going to undo this again, and I'm going to try this once more. I'm going to draw a pipe. Actually, we can do it this way too, I think, I hope. Let's just draw a pipe. And let's add our fitting. And there you go. And you should be able to add another pipe on this end. Keeps going away on me, guys. So there's some work that has to be done in my connectors. And it's running to the end. So let's try this again. Let's go. Pipe connector. Hey, if anybody can help me with this, I appreciate it. Pipe fitting. I think I know what's the problem now. Let's go back here on the tile. VA. Let's open this guy up. See, these really require a lot of work and practice. So we have our connectors here. Okay, let's do this. Let's reassign primary. This will be our primary connector. There you go. Now let's load it into the project. This is my last chance. It's a long video. Let's select that. We have our pipe here. Let's pipe fitting. Okay, so something fishy going on here. It wants to run to the end, and I guess that's okay. But I want to show you this video. I've been working on this for a while. I wanted to present it. I didn't get it exactly right, but I want to thank you for watching this. You got any comments, any suggestions, anything? I'll be happy to take you on here. So let's see if I can. Okay. Make this a smaller pipe. Let's make this a 2-inch. Okay, so there we go. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments or suggestions, please email me or send it in the comment section. Thanks for watching and bye.